Strigan 2, new. Aletsky Chesenko. Carrying out combat research as a member of Slovakian Aggressor Squadron before the Civil War, Aletsky Chesenko is said to have mastered the failings of every major enemy air force. Originally a member of the Northern Highlands faction. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. The Northern Highlands faction? Well, I'll find out later. He was defeated by Strigan Team and reassigned as an initial member of Vampire Team during the Civil War. Despite a continued rivalry with Lila Pasternak, he respected his skills as a pilot and flew as his right-hand man. As squad commander of the final Chandelier defense team, his four-plane formation endeavored unsuccessfully to hold back the enemy, and were defeated in battle. Strigan 3, new. Yaroslav Derigin. Squad commander of the Island Coalition during the Civil War. Yaroslav Derigin was shot down by Strigan Team and subsequently reassigned to the Vampire Team prior to the decisive battle with the Lias United Front. I'm not even going to ask anymore. A rather calm, mannered, and good-natured man, he found a likewise mind in Lila Pasternak. Amongst the otherwise fiery personalities of the Vampire Team, both Derrigan and his two wingmen perished in the Chandelier defensive operation. Strigan 10, new. Stephen Fegan. Stephen Fegan was enrolled in former Slovakia's military flight school when the Civil War broke out. He became entangled in an aerial battle during his first sortie and managed to shoot down 2 enemy pilots despite having no practice battle experience. This display of raw talent quickly earned him a position on the Strigan team. Along with Tasha Misaki, he was one of the few original Strigan team pilots to survive until the very end of the war, but eventually shot down during the Chandelier defensive operation. He is currently listed as MIA. Another guy I could possibly use. Oops. Strigan 12. Tosha Mihaski. That's how I'm saying it. A high school student at the outbreak of the Slovakian Civil War. Tosha Mishakis quickly re-registered for the service in the Eastern faction. Quick and decisive, he was soon assigned to Strigan team. Superstitious in nature, he continued to use the same flight number 12. Although his career following the death of Lila Pasternak, he broke away from his fellow team members and surrendered to Ameria. He since become the surviving voice of the Strigan legacy. I am not going to use you. Okay, we're out of the Strigans. Pegas. Lucian Markovic. F-22. A graduate ace of the renowned Northern Pegasus Training Academy, Lucian Markovic's actions at the beginning of the Slovakian Civil War outshined those of even Strigan and Vampire teams. During the war, however, his former renown as overshadowed by those of Viktor Wojciech and Lila Pasternak, almost as if he was recklessly seeking to regain his former glory. He successfully passed the assault on Grace Maria, but was shot down soon thereafter. Idanorag. Mihalo Mezik. F2A. No, F-16C. Mihalo Mezik initially achieved notoriety during the Civil War as one of the Lias United Front's few ace pilots. However, his team was forced to disband following their devastating loss to the Eastern faction. Having been recognized for his ability to quickly identify and terminate the enemy chain of command, the outbreak of the Amerindian-Estevakian War saw him reassigned as a bomber escort. As the conflict was coming to a close, he was shot down when the bombing squadron ran into heavier than anticipated resistance over Vaitose on Kased Island. Drakon Zorhan Mikalansi. As an ace pilot of the Eastern faction during the Estevakian Civil War, Zorhan Mahatsky, whatever his fuck his name is, took part in a city-wide bombing campaign over Lias United Front Tank Brigade. The mission's success was pivotal in bringing the Eastern faction closer to victory, but for him ironically signified the destruction of his hometown. The infamy gained by the callousness of this action is said to have troubled him for the rest of his life. During the Amerindian-Estevakian War, he was assigned to the Kased Island front lines, charged with defending the Sipley Fields. After evacuation order was given, he attempted to hold the line, but was shot down. That's deep. That's in a Tornado GR4. Kent Avar. Orzin Milos. Su-47. Serving as a base defense pilot for the Island Coalition during the Estevakian Civil War. The Island Coalition? What the... Okay, never mind. Orzin Milo successfully repelled countless Lias United Front attacks, even succeeding in defeating what was known as the deadliest naval squadron. His tactics of confusing large squadrons in order to single out the attack of individual aircraft gained him high regard as a defensive pilot. During the Amerindian-Estevakian War, he was shot down while serving on the Bartolomeo Fortress defensive network. Orleol Dragan Panadik. F-15E. In his time as a ground sweeping specialist during the Estevakian Civil War, Dragan Panadik earned the nickname Southern Vulture. During the initial phases of the war, he was a member of the Independent Terra Federation. What the fuck is that? However, after being integrated into the Lias United Front, he gained authority for leading countless attacks on enemy cities. The viciousness of his attacks garnered both fear and animosity from many of the Estevakian Federation command. The Ameria-Estevakia War saw him once again decimating record numbers of enemy ground troops. He got shut down. Vega Irina Vornovic. Irina Vornovic was an Eastern faction female ace pilot. While her flight record does not quite measure up with other aces of the war, being both a young woman and a general's daughter, she soon became iconified as the Estevakian Army's official poster girl, where her influence over Allied morale was immeasurable. At the outbreak of the Ameria-Estevakia War, she was hailed as the goddess of victory. But as the American assaults pressed inland, her father continually thought to transfer her away from the battlefront and out of harm's way. Unable to ignore the American advance, however, she continually disobeyed orders and eventually joining Allied pilots in intercept against the Garuda team, where she was shot down. How sad. How come all the girls in Ace Combat are either dead or freaks?